We all feel stress, right? It shows up in our thoughts, our tense shoulders, maybe our daily habits. But what if I told you it's also building up really quietly, deep inside your heart? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on how that everyday, long-term stress can slowly but surely reshape the health of your heart.
Okay, so let's get one thing straight right away. Stress is not just a bad mood or something that's all in your head. Nope. It's a very real physical reaction happening inside your body. When your brain senses pressure, it flips a switch and out come chemicals like cortisol and adrenaline. It's a full-on biological event.
And that brings us to the big question for this whole explainer. How does that common feeling, that pressure, actually translate into deep physical changes in our most important organ? We're going to trace that exact path from a simple stressful thought all the way to its long-term impact.
First things first, we need to be clear. Not all stress is the bad guy here. That jolt you get from a tight deadline is totally different from the kind that causes lasting problems. So let's nail down what we're really talking about.
The term we're really zeroing in on is chronic stress. This isn't about one bad day or a short-term crunch. This is that background hum of pressure, the stuff from work or family worries that just never seems to turn off. So here's the key, right? Stress crosses over into harmful territory when it's relentless, when it just goes on and on for months, even years, without a break. The real damage comes from your body never getting the all-clear signal. It never gets a chance to stand down, relax, and recover. It's just stuck on high alert 24/7.
All right, now let's zoom in. What's actually happening inside your body in the moment? When that wave of stress hits, what is your heart doing? Your body instantly kicks into its ancient fight or flight mode. Your heart starts pounding, your blood pressure spikes, and your vessels tighten up to shoot blood to your big muscles. Now this is a brilliant system for escaping danger. The problem isn't the response itself, it's when your heart is forced to run that emergency drill over and over and over again. And that constant repetition, well, that's where we get to the heart of our story, the slow, silent changes. This is where the damage really starts to add up, bit by bit, often without us having a clue.
So let's start by looking inside your blood vessels. You can think of chronic stress like a slow, steady drip of water on a rock. At first, you don't see anything, but over the years, it literally carves a new shape into the landscape.
See, every time those stress hormones flood your system, your arteries get a little squeeze. When that happens constantly, they can start to lose their natural elasticity, their bounce. They get stiffer. And that forces your heart to pump harder just to move blood around, which can make your blood pressure slowly creep up, even when you're resting.
Okay, so that's the plumbing. Now, what about the pump itself? The heart muscle. When the whole system is under this constant strain, the engine has to adapt, right? The heart is a muscle, and just like any muscle that's overworked, it can get bigger, it can thicken. But this isn't the good kind of strong like from a healthy workout. A thicker heart wall actually makes the chamber smaller and the heart less efficient. Plus, all those chemical signals can make the heart's electrical system a little jumpy, leading to that fluttering or pounding you might feel sometimes. Now here's the good news. Your body doesn't just take this punishment in silence. It tries to send you little messages, subtle warnings that it's carrying too heavy a load. The real skill is learning to listen to them. And these early signs, they aren't big, dramatic alarm bells. They're more like gentle nudges. You know, feeling wiped out for no reason, getting a little winded bringing in the groceries, those nagging tension headaches, or maybe noticing your ankles are a bit swollen at the end of the day. These are all little whispers from your body saying, hey, I'm working way too hard over here. So what can we do about it? This is the best part, because it's so empowering. The truth is, your heart responds incredibly well to small, consistent, gentle changes. You absolutely do not need some massive life overhaul to make a huge difference.
Let's start with something you can do right now. Seriously. Slow, deliberate breathing is the direct antidote to the stress response. Just try it. A slow breath in for 4 seconds. Hold it for just 2. And then a long, slow exhale for 6 seconds. A minute or 2 of that can literally lower stress hormones and tell your blood vessels to relax.
And you don't need to sign up for a marathon. Just look at this number, 10. A simple 10-minute walk. That's it. It's enough to lower those stress hormones and get your blood flowing better. It's probably one of the most powerful and easiest things you can do. And from there, you can build a whole toolkit of these little protections. Be intentional about adding a calm moment to your day. A cup of tea, some music. Sip water. Being dehydrated actually puts more strain on your heart. Talk to someone you trust.
or just spend 5 minutes looking at the sky. Each one is like a little deposit into your heart's health fund.
I want to leave you with this thought because I think it's so important. Your heart is unbelievably strong. It has carried you through every single moment of your life. The good, the bad, all of it. The most powerful thing we can do is decide to carry it gently in return.
So I'll just end by asking you this. What one small, gentle thing can you start today to say thank you to your heart? It doesn't have to be big, it just has to be a start. Thanks so much for joining me. All right, let's talk about something that pretty much all of us go through. Life, especially after 50, can feel like it's throwing one major change after another at you. You've got retirement, shifts in your health, your family dynamics are evolving. It's a lot. It can be really overwhelming. But here's a thought. What if staying calm wasn't just about getting lucky? What if it was actually a skill you could learn? Well, that's exactly what we're going to dive into today. So, do you ever just feel completely overwhelmed by all these big changes? It's a totally natural reaction when it feels like the ground is shifting right under your feet. But what if the key wasn't to somehow stop the changes? Because let's be real, we can't. But to change how we respond to them? That whole shift in thinking, well, it starts with a really simple but powerful idea.
And this is it. This is the absolute core message. Calmness isn't some passive state you just stumble into if you're lucky. No, it's an active practice. Think of it like a muscle that you can actually strengthen with a bit of work. So the big question is, how do we build it? Let's get into the toolkit and we'll start right at the foundation. Everything, and I mean everything, starts right here with acceptance. Now, this doesn't mean giving up or just letting things happen to you. Not at all. It's actually a really strategic shift in your mindset that can make a huge difference in your stress levels. This slide just captures that internal struggle perfectly, doesn't it? A huge amount of our anxiety comes from resisting what's already happening. It's kind of like pushing against a locked door with all your might. You just get exhausted and go nowhere. Acceptance, on the other hand, is just acknowledging that, okay, a new chapter has started. You don't have to like it, you just have to stop fighting the reality of it. And that simple shift can release so much of that pent-up emotional pressure.
So, once we start to accept this new reality, how do we ground ourselves in it? Well, that brings us to our second tool, building simple routines. You know, when everything outside feels uncertain and chaotic, having a predictable structure can be an incredibly powerful anchor.
And why does this work so well? It really comes down to how our brains are wired. Our brains see unpredictability as a potential threat, which kicks our stress response into high gear. So by creating these simple, consistent patterns in your day, you're basically sending a message directly to your brain that says, hey, everything's okay, we're safe here.
And look, these routines don't have to be some massive, life-altering commitment. These examples are perfect. They're small, they're gentle, and they're totally achievable. Waking up at the same time, taking a quick walk to get some sunlight, maybe putting on some calming music. These little acts create a rhythm that your mind and body can depend on, and that is a powerful, powerful antidote to chaos.
Okay, now for a technique that you can use anytime, anywhere for almost instant relief. This isn't just about, taking a deep breath. It's about strategically using your breath to basically hijack your body's own stress response.
So how does this work? It's all about this system right here, the parasympathetic nervous system. The easiest way to think about it is like it's your body's built-in brake pedal. When you're stressed out, your foot is flooring the gas pedal. But certain breathing techniques, they let you actively press that brake, telling your entire body it's time to slow down and relax. And here's just how simple it is. It's often called 4-6 breathing. You just breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds, and then breathe out through your mouth for 6 seconds. That longer exhale, that's the key. That's what activates that brake pedal in your nervous system. Seriously, just a few rounds of this can shift you out of an anxious state in under 2 minutes. It's a remarkably fast way to get back in control.
All right, so now that we have some tools for our inner world, let's talk about protecting it from the outside world. This solution is all about cutting down on emotional overload by being really intentional with what you allow into your mental space. This is really all about curating your mental environment. The constant stream of alarming news, getting into stressful conversations, endless screen time, all of it adds to your mental load. Giving yourself permission to unplug isn't about avoiding your problems, it's a strategic rest. It's about giving your mind the quiet space it desperately needs to reset and recover.
Our final tool is, well, maybe the most natural one of all, human connection. We are fundamentally social creatures, and reaching out to other people is, you might say, a biological hack for reducing stress. The science behind this is just fascinating. When you really connect with someone you trust, a friend, a neighbor, a family member, your brain releases a hormone called oxytocin. It's sometimes called the bonding hormone, and its job is to make you feel safe, connected, and calm. It is a powerful, natural stress reducer that's built right into our biology.
So, as we start to wrap this up, if there's one thing to take away, let it be this. Being calm isn't about ignoring life's challenges or pretending they don't exist. It's about becoming a gentle guide for your own mind. It's about taking the reins, navigating these changes with intention, and choosing your response instead of just letting stress call all the shots.
And that brings us to the final and most important question. This isn't about mastering everything overnight. It's about starting small. So what's one small step you can take today to find a moment of calm? Maybe it's trying that 4-6 breath right now. Maybe it's just texting a friend. Or maybe it's as simple as turning off the news for an hour. What's your one small step gonna be?